Page 24, all I have to do is dream. 4/4 time. No sharps or flats in the key signature. We're in the key is C major. Make sure you can do the scale for C major. At least one octave up and down. Really, you're getting to the point where maybe 2 octaves would be better, but one. And while you're doing it, go ahead and do the scale for A minor, because it also has no sharps or flats. Again, let's take it one hand at a time. Make sure we have this fingering down. I don't know that the rhythm here is such a problem, but the fingering. Coming in on a pickup beat, beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and there's a 4 here. We want to feel this melody, so it's 4. 3 and 4 and 1. Reach up, and that what's coming down. I don't like doing this, so let's not. I suggest this is measure 5. For the last beat, rather than 5, use 4. You can almost reach 4. And then measure 6, it's a 1, 2, and then a 1, 3. So starting again at measure 5. At the last measure of the page, it's measure 11 here. I don't know that this is really a problem. It's 1 to 5. It's just a nice gentle wrist action. And again, just come down. Use 1, 4 here for measure 13 because we need the little finger on the G. And going on, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And then 4th finger. Rest, and then you come down here. Yeah, that all right. On measure 23, same fingering we did before. 4th finger, and then a 1, 2, and then a 1, 3. Left hand. 2nd finger works right because in the next measure you need the thumb on the D. So just 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. This fun. Let's go down to the bottom. Measure 9, you're here. Reach down. They say a 1. The first note you can play with any finger you want, but you need 4 on the second one. So you can go a 1, 2, or a 1, 2. I don't care, whichever. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and thumb. 1, 2, 3. You got a 2, 4. Again, this is measure 14. I like that fingering, that's good. Put the hands together. Now remember, when you go to put the hands together, after you've worked them out, one at a time, you can hesitate, you can do whatever you need to do. You can even forget about the rhythm if you need to, because you can see how the notes line up between the stabs. Measure 3, you're here. Let's play together. Play together, and then you hear this go together, and that left hand is a rest. So you're just working the hands out, trying to get them to work together. Then you go back over it a million times and work on those spots where you're hesitating so the beat is a steady beat. That's all. It comes eventually. You don't have to get it right off the bat. Unless you're sight reading, in that which case you just, good luck. Now once you can play it, okay, no hesitations and all the notes are there. Then as far as articulation goes, they don't really give you any. They have a few slurs here and there. Just connect everything you can except for the rests. For dynamics, again, it goes to the melody. Whatever you think moderately soft is, everything else has to be in the background. So forth. Now, when you repeat, this is the first ending there, it's measure 8, here, and you repeat up above, back to the reverse. The first one I do 1, 2, and then 1, 3, because I want to connect it. But when I first start, I can do 1, 3 right off the bat. We make these adjustments because it repeats and so forth sometimes. You'll work it out. Now you're staying in the area of moderately soft, in that area, until the bottom of measure 10, you come up a little bit to moderately loud. Here, now the left hand's been softer. They can go to moderately soft. Moderately soft, and then the right hand is moderately loud. Staying up in moderately loud until you get up to measure 18, down to, like you were at the beginning. And you're ending it that way. There's a retardando at the end there. You slow down a little bit. Actually, you don't slow down a little bit. You just slow down because it's not a poco writ. It's just a writ. Poco writ is slow down a little bit. Speed, well, it's in the middle. Just let it flow. It's not a race, and you don't want to drag it. It's just in the middle somewhere, and that's the overall feel of the piece. Well, with me, it depends on how much coffee I've had or how much wine I've had, depending on what I'm drinking. We won't get into that right now. It changes, but it's sort of in the middle. Then once you can do that, we'll add the pedal. And the reason we're adding pedal is to connect notes. We got a lot of repeated notes. Now, maybe you don't want them connected. Well, if you don't, then don't pedal them. But if you do, we got to pedal them. I would also like to add some overtones. This really sounds much better with an orchestra or small band accompanying it. It's overlapping pedal, pretty much like they're marked, but I have a few suggestions. I always do. So at the beginning, I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. Change it after I play the notes. Don't pedal this. It's like they really are connecting the repeated notes here is what they're after. Now on measure 6, they're not pedaling any of that. I disagree. If you're going to pedal this other repeated notes, I want to pedal these too. So I suggest pedaling on measure 6, but change it every 2 beats. Change it with the half notes in the left hand. It's here. And then lift up. Like so, yes. On measure 9, again, I want to pedal the repeated notes. Now measure 10, I'm not pedaling those repeated because it's a new phrase. This ends a phrase and this starts a phrase. So I do want silence between those 2 C's. So start at measure 9. On measure 13, I pedal the first 2 beats. I want to connect the repeated. And now measure 16. I don't want all that. So I'm not pedaling until after I play the G. All the way through. Then on measure, well, let's go to measure 23 here. Here, they're doing it to connect the notes because the fingering, they can't connect. They don't want silence there. Well, if you use the 4th finger, you can connect the notes. And if you do that, you don't need the pedal there. But on measure 24, I suggest you do pedal the repeated notes. So you can pedal it like they're showing on measure 23. It's all right. But definitely pedal measure 24 to connect those repeated notes. Just change the pedal with the half notes in the left hand. I'd like to play it with you very slowly to double check all the notes and rhythms. You're probably getting advanced enough with this music. I don't need to do a play with me, but I started it out in this book, so I'm going to go ahead and do it throughout the book, whether you need it or not. So I'm going to give us 3 counts. Let's just go over it very slowly. Not going to do any dynamics, and I'll pedal it as I suggested, or at least I'll try to. 1, ready, go. Second ending. One, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3.